Welcome back to a Godly Girlies podcast. My name is Ikea Metcalf, and I am your host. And I am so grateful that you took this opportunity to watch this podcast of mine. Y'all, it's been a minute. It's been longer than a minute. It's been an hour. It's been days. It's been years. But we're back, and so I just wanted to talk to you guys about what's been going on in my life, what's going on with the podcast, what we're doing this season, all the things. Yeah. So just to get started, it's been a while. I don't even know when my last post was. I'm pretty sure it was in my senior year. I am now a 1L in law school. So it's been a while. I think I had the intention. So first off, I had a video that I made with someone. She knows who she is. One day we'll try again. But the video got lost. And so I'm pretty sure my last season has 5 episodes. I want every season to have 7. It has 5. Because the video was supposed to be 2 parts. It was going to be the finale, and it was going to be it. The video got lost. And so I was never able to post that. And then life started lifing, getting ready for law school, getting ready to graduate, moving out of campus, and figuring out everything for the summer and just what I was going to do in between undergrad and law school. And so all of that was so much, I just neglected the podcast. But also, it was summertime. I don't even think the podcast room was open because I use the room on my campus. And so thank you. Shout out to UD. But I don't even know if it was open. So it just didn't work out. But God's timing, not my own. And so here we are. I'm in my 2nd semester of law school. Boy, is it a lot. But I took the initiative to truly pray and ask the Lord what his vision was for this podcast in this next season, and how I can be a good steward of it, how I can begin to prepare and be intentional. That's my word of the year, intentionality. To be intentional about when I'm posting, what the podcast looks like, what I'm doing, who I'm bringing on, and the timeline of all of that. Something that's so important is when God gives you something, like the Lord gave me this podcast, you need to put times on everything. When you have a goal, you need to put times on everything. My pastor was just talking about this, and she ate. Because if you don't put a time to things, then it's going to be so much harder for you to make that vision come true. Because you're allowing it to just float in the air. You're like, okay, one day I'm going to do that. And you're not putting timelines to it. And so when life starts lifing, then you're not going to be intentional about getting that done. And so that's a word for some of y'all. Because I know the Lord has given you things to do, and you have not set a timeline for when to get it done. And therefore, you're not even accountable to yourself to get it done. I feel like it's so loud out there, and I don't know if you guys can hear me well enough, but hopefully that doesn't pick up. I'm going to move this other mic so it's not picking that sound up. Okay, we're back and with better sound. Shout out to Aiden, who works the podcast room, because that was not it at all. You can hear the people in the background. You can hear like literally every sound I was making, and that was blowing my mind. But we're going to keep that in because that was some good stuff. But yeah, so going off of that, I spent the winter break praying and making sure that I was, that I had a plan, that I had a structure of how this podcast was going to be in this season, making sure that I knew, okay, post by when, edit by when, have everything done by when, like adding timelines to every little bitty thing to make sure that it was structured, because God is a God of structure. He is an organized God. Even in things that we don't think seem organized, like It's all a part of God's plan. And so, in the same way He desires us to be organized, especially when we are stewarding things that He's given us. So, with that, we have some rebranding. This was the Godly Girlies podcast. And I think because of that, people thought it was only for girls. It's not. It's not. Men can listen to this as well, and they should. I don't think anything I say is women-centric. It's just for the season of when we started, I felt like the Lord was having me just allow women to speak and give women a platform. However, the wisdom that was brought and the testimonies that were shared were not women-centric or women-focused. They were things that all people go through. So I hope and I pray that other people were listening to it and that men were able to listen to it as well and gain something from it. With that being said, I feel like this season is the season that the Lord has allowed me to have men on the podcast. So we will be having some men of God come onto the podcast. I believe we have 3 for this season. And yeah, so now because of that and because of the situation with the name, it's now a Godly Girlies podcast because I am the Godly Girlies and it's my podcast. So it's now a Godly Girlies podcast and not the Godly Girlies podcast. I know that's a slight shift, but major. And the Lord told me to do it, and so that's what we're doing. So yeah, changing the A to a the. It is a possessive S, but apostrophes don't go in, usernames anyway, so it's won't be that hard. Anywho, that's a shift that we're doing. Also felt like the Lord told me to have a new branding, new image for the show. So we have a new icon and a new image for the YouTube, for the Instagram, for the TikTok, as well as a new intro. As you just saw, that is our new intro because we're doing new things here. Like Madison Ryan Ward said, new thing, new thing, new thing, new thing. I am a new thing. And that's what it is. I'm a new thing. This podcast is a new thing. We're doing new things. And so everything needs to be new as well, per the Lord's request. And I am responding to that. And so that's that. We also have a new structure. So in our past seasons, we did a Testimony Tuesday and a Wisdom Wednesday. Testimony Tuesday was just allowing people to share their testimony, and that was that. And then we had Wisdom Wednesday, which people would give like a shorter testimony, but it was more so focused on a specific topic, and that would kind of be the majority of the video. Now, these will all be structured like a Wisdom Wednesday. We will have a topic for each guest. Each guest will have something to speak to and share. They will, of course, give their testimonies, but that will not be the entirety of the episode. We will give them an opportunity to share their testimony, but more of an opportunity to share just whatever thing that the Lord is calling them to share. I'm really emphasizing allowing the person to share whatever the Lord is leading them to share, because truly the Lord gave me this as a way to give others a platform to share things that they might not have the opportunity to share anywhere else, or may just not know how, via what platform to share these things. And so I just want to give people an opportunity to share what it is that the Lord is doing in their lives, things that the Lord has given them to steward, or just whatever. It's their thing, really emphasizing people to, pray before they come on the podcast and seek the Lord in what He wants them to share. And so that is the goal here. And because of that, everything will be a Wisdom Wednesday, and every post will be every other Wednesday. With that, with emphasizing allowing people to speak whatever it is they have for them to speak, we will also have no polls. There are no polls. Another part of that is because this is structured, when you see this video, every other video has already been recorded. So I'm also not going to be doing things like I did before. I was still starting out, figuring things out. And so I would post and record all in the same time frames. I was probably posting week 1 while also recording a video week 2 to have posted week 3. Like, I was not giving myself enough time to edit, and so then I didn't have a structure to posting, and I wasn't consistent. And we're just throwing all of that out. We're gonna have a structure, we're gonna be consistent, and so there will be a video every other Wednesday, and by the time you're seeing this, they're already recorded. And because of that, there are no polls, there are no questions to send in to the guest. But moving on, there will be other forms of interaction on the Instagram. I really want to grow in my Instagram presence, and so part of that is sharing scriptures. Sometimes I do Bible studies by myself, but there are things that I feel like the Lord is giving me to share other people, and I've just posted them to like Snapchat and stuff, but I feel like the Lord wants some things to be shared to Instagram. And so I'll be making that my mission, and also just doing more on Instagram as well, just to keep you guys engaged. And so, yeah, that is the new things that are going on here on the podcast, just to inform you and to let you know what's tea and how it will be. And so I hope you guys really enjoy this season. I know it's going to be great. The people I have coming on, a lot of them, I think all of them have never been on a podcast. Well, except one. But I'm really excited for what they'll say and what they'll share and the impact that it will have on you guys as the audience. Yeah, so that is that. I will also have some more opportunities to kind of share what's been going on in my life in the future podcast to come. Don't want to say all of these things just on the intro video. This is just an intro. So let's leave it to an intro. I keep hitting this and I'm so sorry. But yeah, I thank you all for the support, for the love, for continuing to watch my podcast. I thank you guys so much for the encouragement, for everyone who's, started podcasts and things like that and who have reached out to me about that. I love it. And I love you guys. Continue to shine your light in this world. Continue to do the things that God has called you to do. Continue to be that girl or that boy. I don't know what that was. We'll probably cut that out. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. I thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who has continued to support me, to support the podcast, to watch, to share, even like those who have talked to me in person and just encouraged me to keep going and sharing their excitement for this new season. I really appreciate you guys. I pray that you guys just continue to be that light in this world, continue to share the goodness of God, the good news to those who need to hear it, even those who you don't think need to hear it or think they may already know it. Still share it. The gospel never runs out, never grows tired. It is always prevalent. It is always important. We should never outgrow the cross and what Jesus did for us, because His blood is on each and every day, on each and every one of us, and on each and every mistake that we make. And so we can never outgrow the cross. So continue to share that love and that light that is God, that is Jesus Christ. I hope you guys enjoy this season. I will see you soon.
True to your words, you let me catch my breath, get some rest and send me on.